Today, I'm going to meet with the owner's son Josh and Mark. They are going to apply a ceramic tint to the windshield of Dulce. Josh's explanation of what he's doing will provide valuable insight into the tinting process.
Today on Jeep Exploits, I'm getting the windshield tinted on my Jeep Wrangler here at Made in the Shade in Georgetown, Texas. Let's take a look and watch the process.
Using us forever, how many years? My dad's the owner.
Yep.
We've been in business since '91. I've been tinting since I was 15, 16.
So you would say you're an expert at this?
Kind of. I mean,
Hey, you've done
let
it.
other people say that I'm an expert. I don't want to say it of myself.
You have done all of our cars, and I have never had a reason to be disappointed.
Right on.
So
Appreciate that.
I'm very happy
Good, good.
with both you guys and Made in the Shade.
Right on. That's what we want. That's good.
So Josh, you're the owner's son, and Mark is your brother-in-law, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
All right.
It's a real family business.
Family business.
Yep.
They take care of you here at Made in the Shade. So what type of film are we putting on today?
So we're gonna do the Air 80, Lumar Air 80 ceramic. It is it's gonna be blocking 43% heat of the glass, rejecting 99% UV, and light visibility is a little under 80. So,
And I have noticed, at least in my wife's vehicle, when you guys put this on, that the clarity is up. It cuts a lot of the glare out when I'm driving.
yeah. So yeah, hopefully, like, you're seeing the acuity of it. It's and it kind of has a slight, I want to say a slight blue tint to it, but once you put it on the whole windshield, you really don't.
I was gonna say I never noticed it.
You don't notice it.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. So you guys are just scraping any foreign material off of the inside of the windshield now, right?
Correct. Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to, like where your sticker was here, your registration sticker was, I was just getting off some little adhesive, and we're just using soapy water. This is the secret sauce, right? It's just H2O and palm olive.
Nice, very nice. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anyone.
So I see Mark's over there getting all the film residue off and things like that. You're getting that glue off from the registration sticker.
And then once we do this, we'll do just kind of prep the inside here, get it tint ready, as we call it, where we don't feel any debris or dirt, whatever.
Gotcha.
One thing that's important is when you use this soapy water, a lot of people, they'll scrape or they'll scrub, and just use their sight, but we like to you want to feel also with your hand. Use your just the palm of your hand, and you can kind of feel, see if there's anything else on there. So
Gotcha.
just kind of engage more.
So real attention to detail.
Yes. Yeah. Once you the prepping is very, very important, because you don't want to install that film and then you get this little tiny speck right in the line of sight.
That would be bad. That would be bad. No, I can understand that.
So, yes, attention to detail is very important. Very meticulous. Make sure every square inch of this windshield is clean.
I noticed you guys keep a nice clean shop too. I guess that's important to prevent debris and other materials from getting on your tints.
Yeah, we try. We try to. It's a little cluttered right now, but we tried to maintain clean floors, clean walls, clean air, as much as possible. But yeah, we're.
I wish my house was as clean as this shop.
Yeah, the LEDs are pretty bright. I mean, I had to kind of turn one of them away because they're constantly facing us, but it's good so we can see, you know, if there's any kind of debris or anything on the window, and
Gotcha.
want to be able to see any kind of light gaps or anything through the film, so make sure everything's covered properly.
And so, I know you guys cover Georgetown. What other areas do you cover?
Oh, we've gone as far up north to, is it Wichita? Is it Wichita Falls?
Yes, sir.
Wichita Falls, I believe.
Wow.
Gone that far north, and just the other day, my dad, who's the owner, he took my son, who's now 14. He's just like kind of following.
He's
shadowing.
14 already?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's just shadowing and just, you know, kind of just seeing what it's like, you know. So I took him down to the border down Hidalgo. They're doing that. They just did some measurements on a school down there, or actually no, the whole school district. There's 6 schools down there. So we're going to be doing safety film on that.
I was going to say, Gabe talked to me about the safety film he's done for a lot of the school districts.
Right.
So
it's,
that's really good.
It's intrusion resistant. So it's made for you know, if someone's trying to break into the school from the outside. The glass will hold together, and if the person's trying to break in, or even, God forbid, shoot in,
Right.
it is not bullet resistant, but it is a film that if the bullets, you know, they go through, the glass will travel through, but the glass will hold. And,
Gotcha. It won't just shatter and fall apart.
Shatter and fall, right? And then we attach this a 1-inch like a bead of caulking, and it's an attachment system. Some people call it glazing, but you attach the glass to the frame of the window, so it's a little bit more secure. Whereas if you just tinted the glass by itself, you know, you could, I guess in theory, just kind of.
You got those edges.
Yeah, and then the glass could, you know, come in. But if you got that edge attachment system, the whole thing becomes a little bit, you know, more secure.
So it's more elastic and less likely to shatter.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm sure there's examples on other channels that will show the effectiveness of it, where you can sit there. I've seen videos where guys with a baseball bat just going to town on the glass. It's not doing anything. So, you know, it's pretty cool stuff.
All right. So what are we looking at here?
So we're looking at a program called Core, and Core allows you to cut patterns with PPF, which is paint protection film, or window film. I could go in here and find your vehicle. So the year of your vehicle is what?
2014.
2014. So 2014 make
Jeep.
right? We go
Yep.
down from
Yep.
Jeep model.
Wrangler.
Wrangler.
4-door. JK 4-door.
JK 4-door, trim level,
Sahara.
boom, open. And now we got all the patterns for your vehicle.
Wow.
You know,
So you have everything.
Yeah.
Windshield,
Windshield's
quarters,
right here.
visors,
Visor,
backlight.
backlights,
Wow,
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, and so essentially what this does is we select what we want, put it to our cutting board. You know, it shoots the info over here to your plotter. You know, this is a GraphTech. You know, you put the film back here, it feeds it through this direction here, comes out, this thing right here moves around, and it does its magic. It starts cutting all the patterns for you.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, it's, you know, a lot of people like these. I prefer hand cutting just because I'm old school. Like I said, I've been doing my 2nd generation window film installer, so I grew up in the 1900s. You know.
Hey, we all did, right?
And that's what I learned before plotters were around. So it's just, I still like to keep the art, they say the art of the trade, which is hand cutting. You know, because with that, you're really a lightning storm away from not being able to cut. If you if you've been trained specifically on plotters, which is, I have no problem with that. You know,
If that's all you know, when the power goes out, you're
right.
done.
Yeah, if that's all you know, then I mean, it'd be hard pressed to cut this. But
Gotcha.
yeah, what we're doing here is we're gonna film on the glass here.
So this is just like sizing it.
Correct. Yeah, we're gonna size it, we're gonna trim it, and then we're gonna shrink it to fit the contour. And there's not much contour to a Jeep, but as you can see, these what we call finger bubbles, right? Because they look like long fingers. Here, this is kind of where the film is stressed,
Okay.
right? And so we're gonna shrink those down and contour. There's a little bit of a curve there. That's why the film is doing what it's doing here. It's letting us know that, hey, I'm bending, I'm stretching this way, you know, uncomfortably.
Gotcha.
The film wants to be straight and flat, but the window is causing it to have these tension areas.
So you're just getting it all measured out, cut out here, and relieving those stress points. So when you put it on the inside,
It's not
That's all.
fighting us, and it's not leaving those bubbles, right?
excellent.
So
Very nice.
yeah, one key thing I want to mention too for cutting, and this is there's a reason some people are nervous or hesitant to cut on glass is because they don't want to etch the glass, and that's understandable. But simple thing to remember is you just want to use a stainless steel Olfa. It's very sharp. These things are like tiny samurai swords, man. Made from Japan, you know. So as long as you have a sharp, fresh tip, you should be able to cut on glass. And like I said, that whole thing of the art of hand cutting is you just got to know the pressure, you know, the proper amount of pressure to apply to even a new piece of glass, an old piece of glass, so those sort of things. So,
And you've been doing this for how many years now?
I mean, I'm 39, and I've been doing this since I was about, I want to say 14 is when my dad, I think, started training me on like our own vehicles or family vehicles. So I want to say 14 is when I started training, and about 15, 16 is when he hired me to come on and work for the company.
Nice.
But yeah, I've been around tinting for a long time, because before he started training me at 10 years old, I was just running around his shop, you know, just picking up scraps off the ground and playing with them on the peel board and cutting myself with little loose blades on the ground. You know, it's just being,
Well, with that many years experience and growing up around it, I'd say you're pretty much an expert.
well, I'll let you say that.
We had to do stuff old school.
That's right.
All right, so now you're just shrinking those fingers to contour the film.
Correct. Yeah. So when you see these fingers, let me say this: the film actually has a grain to it, so you can only shrink it a certain direction. If we were to try to get these bubbles to shoot from this direction and try to shrink it this way, the film would actually crease. So you got to know that the film has a grain to it. It can only be shrunk on this particular piece, up and down. If I were to take this piece and, you know, turn it vertically, then we would have to shrink it left to right.
Interesting.
So there's a grain to the film that you got to know which way to shrink it properly. And you can tell, see how these bubbles are kind of doing this squiggle?
Yep.
That's how you know it's shrinking the correct direction. If they don't do this squiggle, what they do is they just kind of fold, and they'll just fold in on itself and crease, and then you'll just ruin that piece of film. So you got to make sure that they're kind of doing this squiggly thing.
Josh, what are you doing right now?
So this is what's called a liner. It's a clear piece. It protects the glue side of the film here.
Okay.
And I took off one side, sprayed the glue side, took off the other side, sprayed the glue side. And what this does is it allows that liner to be removed a little easier than if you were to do it just dry. This has like a pressure sensitive liner.
Okay.
So, you know, if you were to just try to unroll this film with the liner, it's you'll kind of fight it. So when you just kind of pre-wet it, I guess you could say.
Gotcha.
There.
Just loosen it up here a bit.
Up, yeah. Right there. Yep. Here and here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll the film on top of the liner side on its liner. So what I'm doing here is just rolling it. So when I take it into the vehicle, I can just unroll it straight onto the glass. So as not to have the glue side exposed.
Gotcha. Now I notice there's a slight cone shape, if you will, to how you're rolling it. Is that because of the curve of the windshield?
Yeah, that's pretty much. And then I'm just trying to get it to where it's a little easier when it unwinds. You know, it's gonna be kind of straight. So now what's gonna happen is this liner is on this side. I'm going to take that liner and it's going to stay on this roll, and here's your glue side of the film. So now whenever we put it in and unroll it, that liner is going to stick to the roll, and it's actually going to end up facing us on the opposite side. So this only touches the glass. As we're unrolling it, the liner is unraveling itself onto the outside of the film. So
very nice.
Reverse kind of roll here.
That is slick. That is really slick. Look at that. You guys make it look so easy.
We're learning. One day we're gonna get it.
As you can see, this looks so much better already, and these guys aren't even done. I wouldn't trust my vehicle to anybody but Made in the Shade. Whether it's your home, your auto, or your business, I would highly recommend Made in the Shade. They know what they're doing, they have years of experience, and their results speak for themselves. See you next time on Jeep Exploits.